Today we're going to be doing some street photography with the X100V. I'm here out here in Green Park. It's it's like a cloudy, sunny day, and yeah, just gonna see what we can get. And sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry. Wait, is that an X100V?
Yeah.
I don't know how you do things, but like I'm kind of the guy with the X100V around here.
It seems to me that I'm the guy with the X100V.
Do you mind like go shoot somewhere else? Like there's only room enough for one of us. We can't have.
Pretty good photo.
All right, let's cut it out. Welcome to the channel, Mr. Leo.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Zain.
What are we gonna do today, Leo? Tell us.
I'm here to shoot some X100V street photography with his X100V and my X100V.
Oh, let me just make sure.
And he's getting naked.
Why did you get that?
Because I made my own independent decision that I really wanted this. Nothing influenced by Zain himself at all. Not at all.
Oh, it had nothing to do with a Zoom call that we had with Joan. I thought I'd bring Leo along because, you know, finally lockdown has lifted. We can start hanging out again. How long have we been trying to plan this?
Like, well, we met initially in January, right?
In January.
I was doing like a workshop, and then we just ran into him. He was making a YouTube video, and I was like, hey, yo, let's just talk business camera people. And I'm like, yo, let's arrange something. Let's meet up, and then let's do something, collaborate. Lockdown.
Lockdown. Leo shoots a lot of street. I shoot a lot of street. He's got the X100V. I've got the X100V. So I thought, you know what better way to spend a Saturday just going out shooting. The way this video is going to work today, we're going to take it in turns to shoot. We're going to talk, and as we're shooting, we're going to sort of talk about in real time our sort of creative process, what we're thinking about, you know, why we're taking the shot, that kind of thing. If by the end of this video you haven't learned something, then I don't know what to tell you. This is gold.
Not for you. It's not for you, dude. If you haven't learned anything, it's not for you, man.
Yeah. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
Well,
first?
since I'm the guest, I guess I have to go first anyway. That's the golden rule. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
See, normally I don't really think when I do shoot photography. I kind of just go with the flow. If it catches your eye for more than 3, I can smell it. Yeah. Well, rule from my friend Bello: if it catches your eye for more than 3 to 2 seconds, it's definitely worth a picture. So. As always, I shoot on fine and raw because sometimes the JPEG images, like for the new Classic Neg, is it Classic Negative? That's the new one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Classic Negative. The images straight away out, the JPEG looks so good, I don't even have to edit it.
I love Classic Neg.
It's so good, but obviously when you get those images that you need to kind of control it a bit more, the raw image comes in handy. All right, so this dude sitting here looks really cool. I like the contrast of the orange. You know, it's going to be inconspicuous with the big camera rig here.
Stop, dude.
That's what she said. All right, so cool. See, that's another good thing about the X100V. You got the tilty flippy screen, so you can do the shots like this. So that was 5.6, 1/2 of a second. All right, cool. Let's continue our journey, our quest. Yeah, I know. This cuts down to Bond Street area, but before we get to Bond Street, we're going to cut right, but then it goes to Regent Street, and then we'll just carry on going straight. These are my ends, man. So many arguments is what is street photography? Does taking a picture of the phone box over there class as street photography with no one in it? Me personally, I say it is a very open form of photography. I don't think you need to worry too much about the rules. I don't feel there's any rules in it. It's kind of like you just shoot what you feel captures the essence of what you're looking for. Story, people, a phone box, step. I don't know, it all depends. I don't know, what do you think?
If it just like captures some sort of part of your surroundings, then yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think you hit it though. That's exactly right. It's very difficult to describe because it doesn't really have any rules. It's kind of like, as long as you got the basic rule of composing a photo and getting the exposure right, everything else is up to your imagination. Everything else is left to what you personally like, what your perception of street photography is. It's not like portraiture where there's golden rules behind portraiture. With street photography is you capture your story, damn, that's a nice car. Yeah, that's why street photography is a great thing. I don't know if you guys already know that I came from a filmmaking background, so I originally got into filmmaking, and I wanted to step into the areas of photography just because it's a lot more easier to do. As you can see by, I'm going to take a picture so you can, having to walk around with that setup everywhere you go can be very cumbersome.
Yeah, freeing though, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's a very free form of liberating form of creativity.
Exactly.
You don't need a team. You don't need you don't need models.
You don't even need a bag sometimes. You can just walk around with a camera in your hand like this. Yeah. That's why it's just easy and relaxing, stress reliever. I don't know, how you feel. And the great thing about it is that everyone has a different reason why they do it. It's not just like, oh, I want to take pictures. Everyone has their own little.
For me, it's very personal. It's like a life exercise, Especially in business or whatever, you need to know how to interact with people.
Oh yeah.
To read people, and I think street photography is an incredible tool for that.
Exactly. So it's life lessons, people. Life lessons. It's not just about photography. As most of you guys who follow street photography channels know about the POV mode, this is how I personally like to do mine. Strap it to my chest, nice. And then just the world can see what I'm shooting. I'm trying to figure out a way how to incorporate this motion with a live chat with someone else who's doing the same thing on the other side of the world. I see one right there with the umbrella. You see it? I see it. Other way around, dude. Got him. I got him. I got him. I don't think it's that good though, but still I got him. You know what's funny, right? I wanted to shoot more people wearing masks and whatnot when lockdown kind of eased up a bit. So saturated now, isn't it? I think I've caught a collection of good photos that I can look back on thinking, yeah, that was a crazy time. But constantly looking for that now is kind of made redundant.
I had a little sort of bucket list shot that I wanted for lockdown, and one of them was shooting someone smoking whilst wearing a mask. And
dude.
I got several. So just because I love that irony.
I know, right?
I cared enough. You gotta get this view.
I know, right? I think I got it. I think I got it. You guys will see before me anyway.
I love the irony of you cared enough to protect yourself from Corona and to stop the spread, but you're still gonna have a cigarette.
Of course, right? Of course. You're gonna attack those lungs directly with your cigarettes.
Yeah.
All right, nothing really down here. This is the intermittent zone. Capture your thoughts. What could you have done better? Not really. I don't think that deep. I just kind of go with the flow.
What drew you to street photography? What about it?
For me, it's always been quite simple. It's never been the most complicated thing. I know loads of people have their idea of street photography, why they got into it, had deeper meaning. But for me, it was just a way to capture what I feel is cinematic when I film. So, for example, I pick up my cinema camera and I'm filming a shot, composing a shot. I arrange the actors the way they want to be. I want to capture that real life though, and that's why I picked up street photography. I dabbled in so many things. Like I said before, I wanted to do photography, and the first thing I got into was architecture photography, which wasn't for me. I did landscape, it wasn't for me. And then one day I just went out and I did instead of pressing record, I pressed the photo on my Panasonic camera. And I was like, oh shit, that's a good picture. I like that.
I never really understood street photography. I didn't understand why would you give a shit about some strangers? What's so special about it? And I think I saw a lot of bad street photography. There are people who can do it, the whole weird crop or underneath the table. Out of the back of the hand, blurry kind of shot. And I was like, what the hell is this? And it wasn't until I saw some good street photography and I was like, oh shit, this is what it's about. When you capture someone's emotion.
I always say it's incorporating all different forms of photography in one. Your portraiture, your landscape, and your architecture, just trying to get everything in one. And I think,
because it's a real skill to catch someone in a very aesthetic manner, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what kind of pose is this guy in? If this person is just on their phone, then that's not a nice pose. But if this person is about to scratch his head, about to take off his jacket, that's a cool pose. You know?
Exactly. And I think it also comes back into the fact of you're just capturing real life.
Yeah.
You're capturing what you see. Because I don't know about you, but when I walk around without a camera, which is quite rare, when I walk around without a camera, I try to capture photography through my eyes generally. Like this girl, like I don't know why I didn't take a picture of her, but she had an expression on her face when she was riding that.
Yeah.
I just capture it before. So sometimes my training sessions are lift it up when I see it, or seeing it before it actually happens. I think that's a good practice to get into. Like recently I picked up
Tatsuo Suzuki,
yeah, recently I picked up the book by Tatsuo Suzuki.
How do you deal with like shit shots? How do you deal with that?
So I think most
How do you view them?
well, I think they're the most important shots, to be honest with you, because you learn a lot more from them than getting a great shot. And I think you know you've developed as a photographer when you look at your new shots thinking, hey, they're good, and not look at your old shots saying, hey, they're good. So for me personally, and I think most street photographers know this, and most photographers in general, you're going to take 100 bad pictures, but if 10 of those are good, you've had a successful day.
So yeah, like I have a friend who will overthink it, you know?
Yeah.
He will, to the point where he's like, oh, it just wasn't right, or it's just like looking for that perfect lighting, perfect everything.
Yeah.
And then if you're always looking for that perfect everything,
you're never gonna
you never take the shot.
Yeah, you'll never get through a roll. You never get through an SD card, nothing. Yeah, it looked like a cowboy with his like tie splitting. Nah, it's too obvious.
Too obvious.
Too obvious. Yeah, you know when you look at someone and you're thinking, take a picture of me. What? I don't like taking a picture of those. It's just, you know what it is? It's like when you're rolling out with a new Lamborghini, right? You know the Lamborghini looks good, and all you want is the attention for people to look at the Lamborghini. He's going out intentionally to look good, because he does. He looks freaking dapper, man. He looked dapper as hell. Look at the way he's controlling his hands. Look at that technique. Man, as much as they look cool.
Yeah.
I call that. That's a social media post, right? Your social media life compared to real life. That's not real life, man. Yeah. You know he's really just chills in his jogging bottoms. I'd rather capture him picking his nose.
Okay, all right.
Than seeing him at his best. Because for me, that's a portrait.
So you'd rather take an ugly photo than like that?
I wouldn't say ugly. I would say real. I know picking nose is like extreme, but I'm saying like I'd rather capture a real moment than capture someone who's intentionally going out to probably get a couple of pictures taken. Before, sorry.
You got someone?
No. I just realized my favorite coffee shop is down here. Can we get a coffee? Yes!
I guess I am a bit shallow that way. Like I'll still go for like the person, like the well-dressed guy.
Yeah.
Good-looking couple.
Because you know why? Because you come from a portrait background. Because you'll look for something that looks like, oh, that looks fashionable, man. That looks so good. Like for me, when I look at that, I'm like, I want to look like that, but.
Like for example, I like to isolate my subject with a red bus, like the London bus going behind them.
Oh, that's why you like that picture a lot.
Yeah. So like, I find like in London, it's so hard to, because there's so many buildings and like these like barriers, there's all kinds of shit, all kinds of distractions. And I love when there is like a huge, big London red bus. Yeah. Just to clean up all these distractions and just like as like a backdrop, you know? Like
yeah.
So is there like any kind of motif that you like to, like you find yourself gravitating towards a lot?
It's weird, right? Because I think I'm so fixated on the journey and the process that I don't really look for anything like that. I don't look that far. I'm being serious. I don't look that far into it.
Okay, get another one. Vintage cars. I shoot a lot of like every film shooter shoots vintage cars. Okay. So we're going to get on the film shooting in a second, but vintage cars, I do know what, it's funny, I only recently started shooting cars because of people like yourself, people like all those American photographers. They are just lucky with the plethora of vintage cars they have there. That just look so awesome, and they're all like the abandoned ones are like really cool. We don't get that. They're kind of like, if it's abandoned, it's going to get towed away. But 1 second. Yep. I feel like that. You just know.
You just know it's a street photography thing. So I tried to shoot a roll of film, like a 36 shot a month at least, and you do learn a lot more from photography by shooting film. The wink is for the coffee. This is my coffee spot. They do like great coffee. They do good they really do good V60.
Yeah, that's good. Look up, I don't see it. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Leo's behind the camera now. Let's go. You want to lead us? I don't know where we're going.
We'll take a left.
Obviously, I'm shooting with the X100V as well. This little wheel here, I've got that on aperture, and I've got the back wheel on shutter speed, and I leave my ISO on 160. Yeah, exactly. So it's really nice. I set my footage up that way. That way, I don't need two hands to get my exposure. Oh, I'm nervous now. Oh my god, I'm all rigged up. If people don't know that I'm a YouTuber right now,
they're never gonna.
They're never gonna know.
They may think you're afraid first.
Yeah. As much as I love the tilty screen, I'm trying to use the viewfinder a lot more, because I find like there's a bit of a crutch using that, like using the waist level finder. Yeah. Even though it's quite dull today, it's still a bit glary, so I'm shooting at f5.0, 200 shot speed, ISO 160. Did you know fun fact, did you know it's pronounced ISO and not ISO?
Oh really? Is that your word?
Yeah, apparently it's pronounced ISO. People in the comments are like, it's pronounced ISO!
That's like EOS or EOS.
Which way?
So going straight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like Canon EOS or EOS.
Yeah, oh. I think it's EOS.
Is it ASA or ASA?
Oh man. Oh my god. You make me question a lot of things right now, man. Fuck. I think it's ASA. I mean, who calls it ASA as well? Like, come on, man. I feel like
change your ASA.
It's just like, come on, man. So,
the film purist.
Yeah, ASA. You know what's crazy? I heard I went to the Leica repair shop, and the master repairman, he was like, you can shoot it in diaphragm mode. I was like, diaphragm mode? Come on, what do you think diaphragm mode is?
No idea, dude. Don't I know what diaphragm is? No related.
I had never felt so like such a noob, because he was like, diaphragm mode.
Dude, that's like when I went into what's that shit? I picked that up, right?
You can take me back.
Huh?
It's not me, please.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah,
How do you deal with disgruntled? That's perfect, actually. That's a perfect segue. How do you deal with people who don't like getting their photo taken?
me personally?
Yeah? You deal with that. How do you deal with that? Like emotionally, how do you get over it? Like because sometimes me, like in the beginning, something like an interaction like that would just destroy me. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm a terrible human being. I'm never gonna take a shot ever again.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
You know what, it's funny, right? Because obviously I used to do more filmmaking.
Yeah.
I'm so much used to carrying a massive camera around.
Yeah.
To like not get caught. But when you do get caught, right? I think the best thing I do is just don't say anything. I just look at them, smile, nod my head, and walk off.
Okay.
Or, like if you notice that they caught you, don't look at them. Just carry on walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's where headphones play a key role.
Yep.
Naturally, you're more confident to do stuff when you have your headphones in because you can't hear anything, just music. I can see the umbrella thing.
You know what we need to do? We should come here at night. Have you been in Soho at night?
I've been around London at night, man.
No, but like now.
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen like the tables in the street? Yes.
It's like outside.
Yeah.
Kind of.
One of my favorite sort of techniques of being stealth is just I don't know. I've kind of I've called it the statue, and it's basically you just you can see why I came up with this. You just hold it, you just freeze, and you don't move. You set up the shot, you hold your position, you take the shot, hold your position. And the point of that is because people don't know when you've taken the shot, and the whole time you keep the camera to your eye. And the nice thing about it is that it gives people the opportunity to decide whether or not they want to stay in the frame. So for example now, like just then, you know, I'm holding it there. I'm standing, like they can see the camera. They can decide, oh, hey man, don't take my photo. Take my photo. I don't care. You give them plenty of chances. And this is why I love street photography, because especially if you live in London, like it's a weird thing because you're surrounded by people with like hundreds and hundreds, thousands, millions of people, but you can still feel very alone. We have come prepared. And for me, like street photography, having those little micro interactions with people, it helps me feel connected to people. Because as a creative, as a freelancer, whatever, it's a very lonely thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very lonely thing, and that adrenaline of like, oh, will they like the photo? Won't they like the photo? You know, will they care? I think that luck factor is like you know, exhilarating. If I were to tell anyone like, oh, how do I get better at it? Like, it's to not chase like those amazing photos, but just learn how to be comfortable outside.
Yeah.
and being you know, being comfortable outside with the camera. Sometimes people just don't. I used to feel like anxious just having my camera out. Oh no, she's got cool tattoos though. Oh no, also. Excuse me, can I get a picture of your tattoos?
Yeah, sure. I've got a healing one. It's not.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. No, I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of more like.
Oh, let's get it.
I just woke up like the third day. And it was just
So I just freshly done one.
Yeah.
Is there a...
you know when you get that gradual feeling of like right, it's starting to like
Oh. Thank you. Cheers.
Have a good day.
Have a good day. Yeah. Cool.
Good.
Oh my god. Just hold still. This is why I love this area as well.
Yeah.
You get so many well-dressed. Okay, let's see how long it takes for me to get shouted at.
And not fall over.
And not fall over. That was fun. Holy shit. I'm gonna ask. Shall I ask? No? Okay, don't worry. Okay.
Don't forget.
So yeah, there's a guy who's eating with his girlfriend, and yeah, like just completely covered in face tattoos. I was gonna be a hero and go for it, but then on the advice of my esteemed colleague.
Yeah.
He,
Basically, what you're trying to say is that Zain pussied out.
yeah, true. It was more for you, really, not for me. Shooting that at 120th of a second.
Dude, one thing they need to fix up in that is being able to use the ND filter while you're filming. So at the point. So
okay.
Damn it.
Let's go.
I normally have.
What?
I normally bring my latch.
That was fun. How did you find that?
Super fun. It was really good.
What was your favourite bit? Do you have a photo in mind that?
Photo-wise,
I mean, we've both not looked at our photos yet.
no,
But which one do you hope works out?
any of them.
Any of them? Yeah, I don't think any of mine came out. I think mine looked pretty.
I think you had a better walk. You had a better walk. I think you had a better run because he was talking so much. You just kept.
I'm not usually that confident, and I think that's the benefit of the beauty of shooting with someone else, finding someone else who gets it, and just going out for a photo walk. Because for me personally, like it gears me up, it gets me like more confident, and like take shots I normally wouldn't.
Yeah, especially that one. Like you've probably already seen it, the one where he's sitting at the he just spontaneously drew out the chair. I'm like, dude, if I was by myself, I'd never do that.
I mean, like, yeah, sure, I was playing up for the camera, but like, it's more just like it's no anxiety basically when I was with you. Like
completely zoned in.
Yeah, you were my little safety blanket. Definitely check out Leo. He's going to be. You'll probably have a video coming out soon using the same stuff. Do you want to plug it, or should I just leave the name on the screen?
Everyone, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everything will be in the below, or linked right here. Leo Galang.
Even if you don't like him, just say that you enjoyed it down in the comments. Like and subscribe. We're getting rained on. Let's wrap the song up.
Welcome to London.
Check me out on Zain Shoots Film on Instagram. Check out my portfolio at zainrees.com. All that said and done, boys and girls. Keep learning, keep shooting.
Can I do it?
That's it, guys. Peace.